Oh, hi guys. I didn't realise you were coming round to the workshop this evening. I was just cleaning up this vintage tool I bought at the boot sale on Sunday. Come on down, let's take a look at it, guys. Okay, so what do we have here then? Yeah, it looks a bit like a screwdriver, doesn't it? Apart from the end's a bit funny, little hollow end. And it does this. So what is it exactly? Well, many years ago my late father had one of these things. He was a carpenter by trade originally, and I can remember as a little lad he would get this out and use it quite often. It's made by Woden, and it's got Woden just here. This is all brass, as you can see. I've polished it up quite nicely, and it says push pin just here, and that's what it's for. It's help you put little nails, little pins like these things here, put them into wood, because I mean, you know, you're going to struggle to let's move stuff out of the way. You're going to struggle to use a hammer like this in woodwork, but you probably, you know, you're going to try and hold a little teeny nail and hit it at the same time. You know, you can obviously clay out your finger or your thumb. Plus also, if you're working with a little bit of a hard board like this and it wants to look nice, you don't particularly want to be putting a bruise into the wood with a hammer, really. And so that's what this little thing is for. If we push the little shaft all the way back, you'll see, hopefully, there's another little shaft in there, and that's magnetic. So basically what you do is you run the little, it's what my late father used to call a brad nail. Drop that in the end there, and it's held in place with the magnet. It's not going to fall out. And then you simply give it a push. There it is. You can see it sticking in the wood right there, like so, sticking out a little bit. And then you simply give it a push with the push pin, and you can see we've pushed it into the wood itself. And this is what my late father would do. He'd have I mean, he wouldn't be doing something daft like this, but he'd be doing a proper job, and he'd be putting a piece of hardboard against something to, you know, finish it off somehow or another. And then we would get some little brad pins. Again, we'd load one into the end of the push pin tool, like so. You'd push it against the hardboard. It would go through the hardboard into the wood underneath, like so, holding the hardboard into place. And you can put as many in as you need. Oh, that's gone flying off somewhere. Let's get it down the there we go, like so. Obviously my late father would do a much better job than I could with it. I'm trying to work around a camera for a start, and basically that's it. The hardboard is now attached in place, and that's what this little tool is used for. So on Sunday I was wandering around the boot sale, checking out all of the tool stalls, as I always do, looking in the little boxes and crates and what have you, and going along, and I saw this and I thought, well, oh yes, I recognise that, Dad had one. So I picked it out, said to the guy, how much? He said £1, that'll do for me then, and into the bag it went. I say, it does bring back some memories for me when I was a kid. It's a shame that I've not got my father's original, but all his tools were sold off shortly before he passed away, to be honest with you. But yeah, I just couldn't resist buying this whole thing. You can see it's in fairly decent nick. It's had some use, as you can see. I don't know how old it could be. No doubt father purchased his back in the 50s, and that's probably how old this thing is, maybe 50s, maybe a bit older. I'd say it's probably older than I am. And as I say, you know, it certainly brings back memories for me when I was a little lad, watching my father making things, doing his carpentry. He was very good at it. I'm not so good at woodwork, I have to admit, but you know, it just brings back memories. So here it is. I bought a few other interesting bits and pieces while I was there on Sunday, including this little fellow here. This is a chunk of rebar that's been fashioned into a chisel, and we'll be taking a look at that in a future episode. But I thought today you might be interested in the little push pin tool from Woden. A very interesting piece of vintage tooling, guys. Hope you enjoyed the little look at this interesting tool. Thanks for popping over. It was a bit of a surprise, I have to say. Hope you'll pop over again. And basically, yeah, I will see you later. Give it a push. There it is. You can see it sticking in the wood right there. Oh.